Hi guys, while Boris Johnson was Prime Minister, he rolled out a plan to set up free ports around the UK. These zones would operate on a different level when it came to regulation and tax. The government sold them as Brexit benefits, when in reality they were introduced during the Thatcher administration, and the last licenses were issued in 2012 when the Tories were in power. They have been criticised both in Britain and around the world as places where money laundering and other criminal activity can thrive. The EU is currently cracking down on the ones that exist there. So you would imagine that Liz Truss's government would apply the brake to free ports. Well, if you know anything about the Tories, you know the opposite is happening. According to media reports, the new Chancellor Kwasi Kwarteng is planning to announce 12 new low-tax zones. These are expected to go further than the free port idea of Boris Johnson. A dozen areas have been earmarked where tax cuts will be seen as an incentive to invest. Along with such cuts for businesses, there's talk of lower personal taxation for individuals working within the zone. It's believed the rollout will first begin in England, but there will also be pressure later applied to the devolved governments to help set up low-tax zones in Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland. Another part of the so-called mini-budget that will be released on Friday is the bringing forward of the cut in national insurance contributions. The plan was originally to see the levy reduced next year, but Kwarteng may have it come into effect in November instead. Before we hear from Kwarteng, the House of Commons should return to normal business this week, and we will get to hear from the new Business Secretary Jacob Rees-Mogg and what he's going to do to help businesses deal with massive energy costs. And the newly minted Health Secretary Therese Coffey will explain how she plans to reduce NHS waiting lists and resolve the staffing shortage. Let's hope it doesn't involve grammar. There is a mammoth task facing Liz Truss and her government, which I don't think they are capable of handling. They will no doubt throw something to their donors and some red meat to the racists, but it will do little to resolve the problems people are facing. Disquiet within the party could see the new Prime Minister being replaced before she knows it. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.